All right, cyber traders, welcome on back here this Wednesday afternoon, shortly after 2:30 p.m. Eastern Time, this September 21st, first day of fall. Great to see Leda, great to see Grant as always, great to see the rest of us just trailing right behind them. We have John, we have Norman, we have Michael. Great to see all of them. Great to see Alberto and Phil and all of us live inside the Cyber Group room. Great to see all of us back on social media, Facebook Live and YouTube, folks. Let's hop right to it. So right now we actually have the Phase 1 class course concluding today, lesson number 4, lined up this afternoon at 3 p.m. Eastern Time. So we're going to talk all about news sources, how to react to news. So obviously coming off the Fed meeting today, that will be a big point of discussion. You know, what happens just coming off a big Fed meeting once they, end up making their decisions on whatever policies they decide at the time. Obviously today, they ended up raising the interest rates another 75 basis points. Perhaps, a lot of us had expected that, but there was some talk about raising it up an extra 25 from there, like 100 basis points. So, ended up getting 75, big market drop shortly afterwards. We ended up seeing a little pop, then big drop from that point. It wouldn't shock me to see consolidation at this stage heading into the close, just in any manner, whether it ends up just pulling back more towards the 380 or if it pushes up a tiny amount from here. I'm not expecting too much within the market at this stage in the day. Perhaps tomorrow, perhaps Friday to wrap up the week. But with that, though, we have the stock Sober, SOBR, Sober Safe. I did a little news check on them. I had the time to look up the news, and that will be a big topic of conversation in class later on today. But, I had the time to look up this trade earlier today, the news at least for it. Let me just go back on that for us right now. So looks like that there was some news with the National Transportation Safety Board. They're recommending, a product that they have that requires passive alcohol detection systems. So with that, this company ended up benefiting quite a bit, at least from yesterday, big pop, and then trying to break even higher from yesterday today. It's doing a pretty good job of holding strong right now. So yeah, Sober, I'll definitely put on our watch list so far for the afternoon. All right. So with that, like I'd said, we have class coming up just at 3 o'clock Eastern. We got to do a bit of a lightning round edition of this afternoon meeting. We'll kind of just really quickly go from top to bottom, see if there's anything else that looks pretty good. Sling SLNG, not Sling TV, that streaming company. You could pay $50 a month, I think, for cable TV, Sling TV. Nope, this is Stabilis Solutions. Ended up making a big pop early this morning. Just one of those moves where the spread was so big, it was trading no volume at the time. One of us had called it out in the room, and I was just saying, no, it's just it's a gamble stock. If you're looking to literally roll the dice, play the slot machines, then this is for you. But that's not what the near 100 of us inside the cyber group room are looking to accomplish, right? So thankfully for us, we avoided this thing. It ended up flattening out quite a bit after, and it's done jack since. It's done absolutely nothing since. Perhaps if it could break back over 10, could it lead to a quick little scalp? Maybe, but let's see if there's anything looking a lot better for right now. The EVAX trade not looking too good here at this point, that's for sure. Filling the gap basically from pre-market pop early in the morning. We were very hopeful to see this make at least a decent move. We did all right on. It was, what was it? Which one was it yesterday? It wasn't VRAX. I'm getting my VAX companies mixed up here over the last couple of days. What did we have yesterday? We had EVAX today. And was it VRAX yesterday? It may have been VRAX yesterday too. But we ended up seeing a big pop on this. I think it was the stock VRAX. Ended up seeing a big pop yesterday. Looked good, wanted a lot more, just never gave it to us. And that's the same with this stock, EVAX. I'm getting my my stocks mixed up. My trader's dyslexia is kicking in. So right now, EVAX definitely not looking good here at this point. Let's see what else we have. We had a nice move on this captain trade. CPTN kind of just during an unexpected time, early to mid-afternoon, right before the Fed meeting. Just we're not really looking for anything, but had this captain trade first pop, and it had a lot more life afterwards. Ended up making a nice slingshot right from basically 205, 210, and then ran up beautifully from that point. I mean, broke over 250 briefly. Still has some good life to it. Moving back up to the VWAP perhaps. So, I can give this a look. I'm going to put this on the side list for right now. I wouldn't mind adding this at the end if need be. Frey, this thing is pretty wicked. Ended up making a nice little move across the day, but very thin book, tight spread. And with that, it had a couple of good pops to it, but otherwise, it's been more of a grinder of a move up across the day. So for right now, I mean, hey, it's making a nice sharp pop back up here, giving us a second win type of trade here. So I'll put this on our main watch list, the Frey trade. I didn't realize until now on TradeStation, at least the stock is shortable if it fails to break higher, build some lower highs, breaks below support. In essence, it could be a good short. All right, we keep it going. We keep it moving here, folks. AGRI, not a whole lot happening now. FOXO, same deal. Little push up here on the SPY. Let's see how much we can get. I mean, I wasn't expecting too much, so if we can get a big pop, I'll take it. See what comes of this. Nice little move so far. Stitch Fix. Interesting move here across the morning and really from the after hours yesterday. So this is something that we'll talk about briefly in the class later on this afternoon. Let me pull up the news for this trade, though, at least. So Stitch Fix shares trading lower after the company announced worse than expected quarter four EPS and sales results. They issued quarter one sales guidance below analysts' estimates. What the hell? Why is this stock flying then? It's up over 10% now. Ended up leading to a big pop this morning. But that was the news headline that came out from today, from last night into today. I mean, hey, that's pretty odd to see, but hey, we'll take it right now. Stitch Fix looks phenomenal here as far as just, move up heading into the afternoon. All right, SFIX with the market potentially pushing back up. I know Mara had a pretty strong move here this morning and a really nice slingshot back up right now. Wow. All right, cool. I took my eyes off this trade after the Fed meeting ended up finishing because we had some nice drops at first, some good shorts, Neo being one of them, Mara also being one of them, but sheesh, that's a really good slingshot back up for Mara. Perhaps it could be crypto related altogether. Perhaps if we look at a Coinbase, a Riot, not really the others. The others aren't really that good looking. Riot, possibly. Coinbase, a little bit more expensive. If you do well on Coinbase day to day, it could be one for you. Otherwise, though, it does have a pretty illiquid book. So Mara and Riot, I don't mind slipping on our main watch list here for right now. Looks good. All right, we keep it going. What else? Kind, familiar name here at least. Nice level one stock. It is breaking a new high as we speak here. Just broke out recently prior to 2 o'clock from like 315, 316, pushing up pretty well here. All right. We're building up a good watch list for right now, folks. Don't need to build it too big when we have all of these that are moving like currently right now. Yeah, Tell from earlier today. Nice pop from the Tell trade this morning. 270 up towards 332, 333. I know Mark, one of our students here, often calls out CVNA. It's up a little bit today so far, making a good bounce back up here, but a little thin volume on the book. We'll kind of keep this on the side. All right, folks, if there's anything else that looks good that's up, there probably is a lot more that I'm missing. Type it in the chat board. Let me know. But otherwise, we'll hop on over to the loser side here. Probably see a bunch of stuff hard to borrow to begin. ICPT, it's shortable, easy to borrow on my platform. It was dropping off really nicely earlier. No great need to put this on our watch list right now. It's got thin volume on the book. It's not trading a whole lot of volume per minute either. It made a nice move from the morning, but maybe by 3:15, 3:30 Eastern time, if there's nothing else that looks good, then we'll look to call it out. The Neo trade, I did pretty well coming off the Fed meeting on this trade as the short. I missed out on it from the morning. Of course, Neo makes its best moves when I'm not prepping up its chart. I really wasn't too focused or interested in on anything this morning, folks, just prior to the Fed. So, normally I would prep up this Neo chart. This ended up dropping off so nicely after the market opened up. This and the XPEV trade. So, at least coming off the Fed meeting, I ended up jumping in this from 1867, 1866. I took half my position out a little early off of 1835-ish, but then the second half, I ended up getting stopped out on a smaller profit. So for right now, hey, it's making a nice little squeeze back up. It's volatile enough for us to follow, right? It's down enough. It's volatile enough. I don't mind slipping Neo on our main list here. We'll take a look at Xpev. Very similar, down even more, making a pretty good slingshot itself. 1390 all the way up towards just about 1440. We'll put the Xpev trade on our list here too. Yeah, Viru ended up making a nice drop from this morning. I missed out on the Viru short also from the market open. It seems to be making a nice little squeeze back up here, so very tradable, right? If I put Neo and Xpev on there for similar reason, I'd have to put Viru on there too. Obviously, they're not related at all, Viru and the EV companies there, but similar in essence of it being volatile enough, and just given the market that we have, that's what you want to follow here at this time. All right, folks, let me know if there's anything else that I may have missed. Up, down, left, right, more than 5% for all of us on social media, Facebook Live, YouTube, and, of course, for all of us inside the live trading room. Let me know. Archie saying, Archie here from Mississippi, show me the money. Well, hopefully you have some nice trades into the close, Archie. We had a pretty decent day for what it's worth. If you know your expectations on a day like today, it was all right. If you're able to conserve profit, if you don't hit your day's pay or your daily goal, it's all right as long as you're in the plus. So that's what happened this morning. It was a decent morning, decent early afternoon, hopefully a lot better of an afternoon even from this point. Chuck, there we go. Wouldn't miss that Savage trade of his. Ended up making a nice pop early, but then dumped off. It's squeezing up. Hey, I know Chuck does well on it. I am guaranteeing myself that Chuck's going to be following this trade. It's got a thin book, so it's more of a level 4 or 5 stock like Fausto even said this morning. AMD. AMD is as volatile as Sava, but it actually has a much more liquid book, and it's twice the price, which is pretty interesting. Hey, AMD, I'd say the same thing. Good sideless stock. I personally like AMD. If I wasn't teaching class coming up, maybe I'd trade AMD. I don't like trading the more expensive ones, trade less shares, but it's very tradable. It's definitely something I could see myself getting my hands on, but for right now, I'll kind of keep this on the side. We have some other trades that a little less expensive, as more opportunistic. Mike saying Stitch Fix up over 10%. It's already on our list. That one's looking good. The sling trade going back to this one, nothing happening on this trade at this point, so we're going to pass on this. And then the captain trade, it already made its big move from earlier today. Perhaps if this could snap back up and over the VWAP price, if it could do that, then there's a chance. But right now, we have no better place to start than Mara. We have no better place to start than, Neo even, the sober trade. Oof. That's pretty ugly. That's pretty ugly. All right, so maybe not so much on sober. They've hit the bottle there. Hey, with that, ended up making a big halt on the way down. I'm not a fan of seeing this at this point. So at this point right now, I'm going to scratch this from our list. We normally know when a stock gets halted on the way down, it's a wrap, game over, much more often than not, at least. So, we'll call this out if this ends up reopening and making a squeeze back up. But otherwise, let's have our focus on the others even here. Viru, Xpev, Neo, Mara, Riot, Stitch Fix, and the freight trade right there. All right, folks, I know that Rich is going to repost the link for class coming up, the Phase 1 stock course finishing up later on this afternoon in about 20 minutes' time. I look forward to seeing most of us there. For those of us not joining me in class, best of luck trading going into the market close. I look forward to seeing everyone at least tomorrow inside the trading room. For all of us on social media, Facebook Live, YouTube, if you're interested in joining our live trading room, just go right down to the link on the yellow banner below the stream to get yourself started. If you have any questions before joining us, at least, feel more than free to send over a quick email. Josh@ctutrading.com is my email. I always like to post that at the end of these streams here. All right, folks, I'll talk to you all soon. Take care.
Become a Cyber Group member today. Just click the link below and receive all these amazing products and a world of knowledge for just $9. Do it today.